So, my new theory. Zhongli. Wait, what was it again? So, who is Zhongli in Genshin Impact? You would assume he was the Geo Archon, but, well, about that.
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
Ooh, looks like a rook.
How sanctimonious.
The theory still is on because we still don't know who he is, because the simple concept most are confused on is that Zhongli, who is not Morax anymore, and Morax was the Geo Archon, therefore make Zhongli a completely new person, so I disprove it. Therefore, Zhongli is a completely different person. Now I have admissible facts that Zhongli is not Morax, so therefore he is not God, so therefore he's his own character, so fuck all you that want to disagree. So now to the true question. Who is Zhongli? Well, he's Mori Calliope, the VTuber from Hololive. That is who Zhongli is. Now you may be confused and be a bit set off, but let me explain in this really convoluted way. So, the first clear piece of evidence that would link them both is their jobs. Callie's a Reaper in training, being currently trained by Death Sensei himself.
What the fuck?
This is Death Sensei.
Oh my Death Sensei, what the? Huh?
Hello, Kelly. It's been a while.
Death Sensei, is that really you?
Yes, we all could be.
What it do, Death Sensei? Thanks for calling me.
I just want to wish you
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Thanks.
Make sure you don't forget time in the underworld. You're training.
Then Zhongli works at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Odd, right? Both jobs that deal with people. HR seems to be quite the big job nowadays. My next piece of evidence. Now we all know that Keith Silverstein's the voice actor of Zhongli, right? So Mori Calliope is just a character in another world known as Hololive. So who's her voice actor? Well, that's the easy part, because it would have to be Keith Silverstein. The simple reason for this is that Keith plays the best villains and clearly has the best voice, so by comparison, he voices Callie. Now let me prove that Zhongli and Callie are villains in their own universes, or world, places, however you want to call it. Now if you notice that since he assumed the form of Zhongli, he has no money, which means he's clearly committing tax evasion, which would therefore make him a villain and a evildoer of the city of Liyue, which means the Tishuang of Ningguang herself would clearly be trying to hunt this man down because he has no money, which means he can't pay taxes. And also he kind of committed a terrorist attack when he was Morax, but since I described them both being two different characters, technically he didn't commit this crime, but you can kind of say that Zhongli still committed kind of a terrorist attack by letting a big ocean god attack a city, but clearly none of this is taken out of context, so that makes him a villain in Liyue, right? So Callie. Now she's clearly a villain, and I guess more of an anti-hero, but still not a good person inherently. But to prove this claim in her song Red, she specifically says that she's a prisoner of her own ambition, which would also make her the warden and, in this case, a villain in the narrative she has written. As well, throughout the song, she mentions time quite a lot. As much as Zhongli talks about the old times, they both seem to be pulling from this narrative. Now that I proved they're both clearly villains in their own right, because Callie's a Reaper, she kills people, so villain, anti-hero, same difference. Now that I have linked these characters by character traits alone, let me link the voices next. And you may be like, that's impossible. That's a girl, that's a guy. Well, you've clearly never heard the brilliance of Keith Silverstein. Silverstein? Either way, Keith Now this one is a lot harder than just pulling character traits, but everyone knows that Keith has voiced more than one character, or at least I hope you do. He has voiced such legends as Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. This man is quite the light voice for a person of his size, don't you think? And this shows that he can hit higher notes than he's letting on, as well as he voiced Paimon for a little bit, as you clearly heard in the 1.5 patch notes. Not patch notes, but notes, whatever. He clearly voiced her, and so clearly he can hit notes of admissible heights. And now Callie, she can hit quite the low notes, almost to the point that she could voice Hisoka. Quite odd, don't you think? So now we have clearly made it possible for Callie and Zhongli to be the same person, which is Keith Silverstein, obviously. So therefore, the triangle is the strongest shape, which proves my point is solid and unbreakable, thus makes Zhongli and Callie the same person. I rest my case. If you have any questions about this theory, which I should really call it a fact with all this evidence that I have, don't bother asking, because unless you have a shape strong enough to be used in bridge building, you can't beat this. So I won, hands down. This was quite sugoi, don't you think? Ganyu and Mori, best girls.